Hello, YouTube. I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and on this channel, we normally answer publicly posted questions from YouTube users, getting folks the answer they need from an employment attorney. Not today, though. No, we're in an arc, a story arc about current events. And the National Labor Relations Board is doing wild things still, wild things that we love. I can say that although I don't view the Biden administration as a pro-employee administration, I do view Biden's pick for the chairperson of the NLRB to be perhaps the single greatest thing that came out of the Biden administration. Certainly, without question, this chairperson is a brave human taking on all comers and fighting for workers. And I think it would not be too much to say that this person is the sun, the moon, the stars, everything great in the world. Really, truly. Now, if only the Biden administration would support this person. If only they would back this person instead of doing some of the horrible things that they're doing instead. That being said, that's neither here nor there. We have something new out of the NLRB. The NLRB has issued a ruling that now, if bosses commit unfair labor practices in the run-up to a union election, then the election will be canceled and the board of the employer, I apologize, the National Labor Relations Board will order the employer to immediately recognize the union that was hoping to get elected in and bargain with that union. Now that's going to make the lay of the land for union busting far more complex, as you can imagine, right? If you get caught union busting from now on, what you've actually done, instead of getting some fines that are totally worth it to pay in the scheme of things, right? We saw that with Starbucks, right? Starbucks may have engaged in a little bit of union busting activity. They ultimately, I believe, got fined for that. And those fines were, not small, but certainly sized to make sure that Starbucks walked away and said, that was definitely worth it. Would 10 out of 10 would do again, right? Because they were fairly successful in their union busting, and their fines were not sufficiently sized to make them say, can't do that ever again. That was horrific. Oh my God, we'll not survive if we do that again. Not at all. Like, those fines were like, thank you, government, for allowing me to union bust. Remember, when something has a fine attached to it, it's legal for a price, right? That's what a fine is, legal for a price. So this is very different. Now, if you start union busting and the NLRB decides that, well, you've gotten up to no good in the run up to see if this union would be confirmed, so therefore it is confirmed and you must now negotiate with them, that's going to be a bad day for you, right? Not only did your union busting result in the exact thing you were trying to avoid, that's not great, but now you've been union busting, and the people you've been trying to union bust to keep them from getting power as a union, they're the ones you have to negotiate with now. Probably not ideal as an employer to put yourself in that position. Now, this is not going to end union busting. It's a step in the right direction. It's not going to end union busting. But I think what we need to really spend some time discussing right now is the union busting attorneys. Not what they call themselves. It's not what they call themselves. They can't call themselves union busting attorneys. They might privately over drinks, but it's not what they call themselves publicly. They tend to call themselves organized labor response teams. Because obviously, if your workers are starting to get organized, can't have that. Can't have that. And I'm friends with some of these people, and I don't hate them. I hate what they do for a living, but I don't hate them. And I think we just need to, what's going to happen to these people, right? All the lower end union busting shops are going to go out of business because only the savviest and most subtle tactical geniuses of union busting will survive with this rule in place. All the shit shows of union busting, all the people who just kind of brute force it and do a bunch of bad things and pay big fines but say that was worth it, they might be out of a job. They might, right? That $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 a year check that they get for union busting for their big law firm, it could be in danger. And I'm worried about them. I hope they're okay. By the way, folks, if you're actually my friend, who union bust, sorry about this video. Like mostly sorry. Not that sorry, but like kind of. All right, let's shut it down. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Helps me to help more people just like you. Take care.